chosen one. You are not here by accident. You've been summoned by divine appointment and perfect timing. Heaven has marked this moment. Anointed one, the oil on your life is stirring, and you are standing at the edge of a supernatural financial breakthrough, a holy wealth transfer ordained for you. I speak to your spirit, arise, believe, and receive. The Lord who gives you power to get wealth is breathing on your steps now, just as Deuteronomy 8:18 declares. Take a deep breath, yield your heart. Say yes to the move of God. The gates are opening, the path is clearing, and favor is already in motion over you. Chosen one, take a deep breath. That stirring in your chest isn't fear, it's divine movement. What you're feeling right now is not chaos, it's calling. Heaven is shifting the atmosphere around your life, and whether you realize it or not, you are standing in the middle of a divine relocation. The tension, the unease, the quiet restlessness that keeps you awake at night, these are not random emotions. They are holy signals. The season that once felt comfortable now feels too small. Conversations that once excited you have lost their spark. Even familiar places suddenly feel foreign. You're not losing interest, chosen one. You're outgrowing environments that can no longer hold the next version of who you are becoming. Heaven is pulling you forward. The discomfort you feel is not punishment, it's preparation. Every time something in your life begins to fall apart, it's because something greater is being built behind the scenes. Doors are closing, not because you failed, but because your destiny has outgrown them. The same God who called Abraham to leave his homeland and guided Joseph from the prison to the palace is leading you now. The difference is this time you are not just moving locations, you are moving into alignment. Anointed one, this is not destruction. It's divine construction. Heaven is building your exit ramp. The pressure you feel in your finances, relationships, or spirit isn't here to crush you. It's proof that new structure is forming beneath your feet. God never relocates his children until the new place is ready, and he never allows the old to shake unless the new is already on its way. I know how this feels. I've walked through that season where everything familiar started fading, when the job that once felt secure became heavy, when the friendships that once brought joy began to drift. I remember asking God, why does everything that once worked suddenly feel wrong? And his reply was quiet but firm, because you've outgrown the room you were in. That was the moment I learned discomfort is often divine direction. Chosen one, don't mistake your frustration for failure. You are not being evicted. You are being elevated. Heaven is repositioning you. Every delay, every no, every person who left all of it is divine strategy. God removes your comfort from places that can no longer contain your calling. You may not see it yet, but you are being moved into your assignment, a place where your gifts will flourish and your faith will bear fruit. And here's the number one sign that the move is near holy unrest. When you wake up feeling like something is shifting, when your peace no longer fits your present, that's heaven's signal that your next chapter is ready. You're not breaking down, you're breaking out. So don't fear the change. Don't fight the transition. The wind of God is blowing over your life, guiding your every step. What feels uncertain is actually unfolding destiny. Heaven has already packed your future and placed it at your door. All that's left now, chosen one, is your yes. Chosen one, when heaven begins to move you, it never happens all at once. It begins quietly, a thought that won't go away, a restlessness in your soul, a subtle sense that something greater is calling you. Maybe lately you've been waking up between 2 and 4 a.m., Your mind is awake, your spirit alert, and though you can't explain why you feel like something or someone is trying to reach you, That's not insomnia, anointed one. That's invitation. Those midnight hours are not accidents, they're divine appointments. When the world is silent, the Spirit of God speaks loudest. He downloads vision, whispers instruction, and stirs your heart toward obedience. If you've been hearing His voice in the quiet, even if it's just a feeling that something new is coming, take it seriously. Heaven is preparing you. The activation is near. Look closely at your life right now. Notice how doors that once opened easily are beginning to close. Notice how people who once walked beside you are quietly drifting away. Opportunities that used to excite you now feel empty. This is not coincidence, this is confirmation. You're not losing connection, you're being repositioned. When God is ready to elevate you, He often clears the space first. The pruning feels painful, but it's the only way to make room for new growth. I remember a time when God began removing people from my life without warning. It felt confusing and lonely. But later, I understood He wasn't taking away love. He was protecting purpose. Some people are meant to walk with you for a season, not a lifetime. When that season ends, clinging to them only delays your destiny. Letting go doesn't mean loss, it means alignment. Chosen one. God is not punishing you, He's promoting you. You are not being displaced, you are being deployed. He is sending you into new territories, physical, spiritual, and emotional, where your light will heal others and your presence will unlock divine restoration. Someone's unanswered prayer is waiting for your arrival. Your obedience will be their miracle. So don't mourn what's leaving. Don't chase what heaven has already released. When you feel things shifting, when life starts rearranging itself beyond your control, remember this: God is never late and He's never random. Every closed door is a divine message saying that chapter is complete. You're stepping into a place that matches your spirit, a new environment that carries the same frequency as your calling. The people you'll meet there will recognize your light instead of resisting it. The opportunities waiting ahead will fit you perfectly because they've been divinely tailored for your purpose. Anointed one. This transition may not feel easy, but it will be worth it. The uncertainty you feel is simply heaven rearranging the details. Just as Joseph's one day in prison ended with a sudden promotion to the palace, your change will come swiftly. You will look back and realize that every rejection was really redirection. Right now, heaven is whispering, prepare. Gather not just your belongings, but your expectations. Begin speaking life over your next place, the new home, the new assignment, the new connections. Don't wait until it appears. Declare it now. Faith always speaks before it sees. Your spirit already knows the truth. You've outgrown where you are. What was once nourishment has now become limitation. The shift isn't punishment, it's permission. Permission to rise, to expand, to live fully in the identity God placed within you. Chosen one. The ground beneath you is moving, but so is heaven above you. And when the two meet, when your obedience aligns with His timing, doors will open that no man can shut. So lift your head, steady your heart, and whisper this: I'm ready, Lord, because your next chapter has already begun. Chosen one. One of the clearest signs that heaven is preparing to move you is holy unrest. It's that sacred tension inside you, the sense that you can no longer stay where you are, yet you haven't fully stepped into what's next. You wake up and think, I don't belong here anymore. You go through the motions, but something deep in your spirit whispers, there's more. That's not frustration, that's revelation. Anointed one, you are standing at the doorway of transformation. God is shifting your life from ordinary to ordained. Every time your peace no longer fits your present, it means heaven is expanding your capacity. Like a butterfly pressing against the cocoon, what you're feeling right now isn't the end, it's the beginning. You are not breaking down, you are breaking out. Look around you. The conversations are changing. The people who once understood you now seem distant. The plans that used to make sense now feel misaligned. This isn't chaos, it's divine reordering. Heaven is recalibrating your atmosphere because your next assignment requires a different environment. You can't take old energy into a new dimension. I've been there too. I know what it's like to feel caught between what was and what will be. There was a time when I tried to hold on to everything: old routines, familiar faces, predictable plans. I thought I was preserving stability, but in truth, I was resisting growth. Then one day I realized God can't fill hands that won't let go. That revelation changed everything. I stopped fighting to stay in rooms where His presence had already lifted. And the moment I released what no longer fit, new doors began to open quietly, naturally, divinely. Chosen one, that's what's happening to you right now. You've been faithful with little, and heaven is ready to trust you with more. But before God elevates, He separates. The pruning always comes before the promotion. It may feel like loss, but it's actually the Lord's preparation. So don't be surprised when the phone goes silent, when opportunities dry up, when routines stop working. The same God who dried Elijah's brook in order to guide him to a new source is the same God leading you now. When supply runs out in one place, it's because a greater provision awaits in another. Chosen one, hear this clearly. Your waiting hasn't been wasted. The tears, the nights of confusion, the times you felt unseen, they've all been holy training. Heaven saw your obedience when no one else did. You've passed tests you didn't even know you were taking, and now promotion is near. There's a stirring happening around you because divine timing is aligning. What you thought was delay has been divine design. The soil that once held your roots has completed its purpose. It's time to be replanted where you can flourish. Don't mistake the shaking for instability. It's heaven rearranging your foundation. The move isn't punishment, it's placement. You are being shifted into the very space where your anointing will multiply. Chosen one. This isn't the end of a season, it's the unfolding of destiny. The wind of God is blowing, the path is clearing, and the call is louder than ever. Follow me. You're not being uprooted, you're being assigned. Chosen one. There comes a moment in every divine journey when God begins to stir the ground beneath your feet. Suddenly what was stable starts to shift. Doors that once opened easily begin to close. People you trusted start fading into the background. Plans you once clung to no longer make sense. It feels unsettling, almost like your whole life is being rearranged. But hear me, anointed one. This isn't chaos, it's calling. Heaven is moving the pieces because your next chapter requires a new position. You see, when God wants to elevate you, He doesn't always send a map. Sometimes He sends a moment, a conversation that ignites something in your heart, a rejection that redirects your path, a whisper in the night that says, go. He doesn't reveal every step, He just reveals enough for you to trust Him. Faith doesn't need full instructions. It just needs a yes. Chosen one. I know how hard it can be to say yes when the details don't add up. You look at your bank account and wonder how you'll make the move. You look at your circumstances and question whether you heard God correctly. You think, Lord, what if I'm wrong? But I want to remind you, you don't serve a God of confusion. You serve a God of completion. The very one who started this stirring in your heart is faithful to finish it. When heaven calls you forward, everything that once felt familiar will begin to lose its grip. The comfort will fade. The favor in certain places will lift. Not because you did anything wrong, but because the grace for that season has ended. And the ending is always the beginning in disguise. Anointed one. I remember when I first felt God pulling me out of a place I thought I'd stay forever. Everything started falling apart at once. The plans I had carefully built were crumbling, and I thought I was losing everything. But in hindsight, I see it differently. I wasn't losing, I was launching. God had to shake what I was holding so that I could grab hold of what He was offering. It wasn't rejection, it was redirection. That's what's happening to you right now. The pressure isn't proof that you're failing, it's proof that you're close. Every shaking in your life is a sign that heaven is rearranging your foundation for something greater. You're being repositioned for divine purpose. The transition may not be comfortable, but it's holy. Don't fear what you can't yet see. God is already one step ahead of you. The same hand that parted the sea for Moses, guided Elijah in famine, and led Ruth into favor, is the same hand guiding you now. You don't have to figure it all out, you just have to follow. Chosen one. This is not the time to retreat, it's the time to release. Release what no longer fits. Release what no longer flows. God is not dismantling your life. He's designing your destiny. So lift your eyes and steady your faith. What feels like the end is actually the unfolding of your next beginning. Heaven has already made a way. All it's waiting for is your step forward. Chosen one. Sometimes the loudest confirmation from heaven is not a voice, it's a shift. You start noticing repeated numbers, certain words or phrases showing up everywhere you go. Conversations that seem random echo the same message. You turn on a video, open a book, glance at your phone, and it feels like God is speaking directly to you. Those aren't coincidences, anointed one, they're divine fingerprints. When heaven aligns your steps, repetition becomes revelation. You might not understand everything that's happening, but that's okay. You don't need full clarity to walk in obedience. The light doesn't have to cover the whole path, it only has to shine on the next step. And with every step of faith, heaven illuminates more. This is what it means to trust God even when the map isn't clear. The truth is, He's not trying to confuse you. He's teaching you to depend on Him. There's something holy about walking by faith. It transforms uncertainty into intimacy. The less you understand, the closer you lean. And that's exactly what God wants in this season, your closeness, not your control. I remember a time when I kept asking God for details. When Lord, where, how, but heaven stayed silent. I thought I was being ignored until I realized the silence wasn't punishment, it was preparation. God doesn't reveal the destination until your heart is ready to follow Him there. If He showed you everything now, it would overwhelm you. So instead, He releases revelation little by little, enough to strengthen your trust, not satisfy your curiosity. Chosen one. What you're going through right now may feel uncertain, but it's not without purpose. The shaking around you is creating space for what's ahead. Heaven is not trying to destroy what you've built, it's trying to refine it. What feels like delay is actually design. God's timing is precise and His strategy is flawless. Maybe your finances seem unstable. Maybe doors are closing faster than you can open new ones. Maybe relationships you depended on are fading away. But hear this clearly, God never subtracts without the intention to multiply. He is removing what cannot grow with you. The pruning may hurt, but the fruit it will produce is worth every tear. Anointed one, your obedience is about to unlock overflow. The moment you stop fighting the change and start flowing with God's timing, miracles will begin to manifest. Provision will meet you in motion. The same God who sent ravens to feed Elijah and manna to feed Israel is sending what you need right where you're going. Don't let fear interpret what faith has already confirmed. You are not being delayed, you are being developed. Every closed door is protection. Every redirection is precision. Heaven's plan is unfolding with purpose and perfection. So keep moving, chosen one. Keep trusting even when the way forward feels narrow. The next door will not open through effort, but through alignment. And when it does, you'll see it was never about relocation. It was always about revelation. Chosen one. Sometimes the path to your promise looks like everything falling apart, but in the kingdom, breakdown always precedes breakthrough. What feels like dismantling is actually divine design. God isn't destroying your structure, He's refining your foundation. You prayed for expansion, and this shaking is the answer. The soil that once held you steady can no longer hold the roots of the new version of you. You've grown, anointed one, and growth always demands space. You may have noticed lately that the things which once inspired you no longer satisfy you. The conversations feel shallow, the plans feel small, and even success feels strangely empty. That's not failure, that's transition. Heaven is weaning you off the familiar so you can feast on the miraculous. When God wants to multiply your life, He first empties your hands of everything temporary. There was a time in my own journey when I mistook divine pruning for punishment. Friends drifted, opportunities dried up, and I felt abandoned. But over time I realized the truth: God wasn't taking things from me. He was preparing to give things through me. He had to clear the noise around me so that I could finally hear His voice clearly. And when He finally moved, everything happened faster than I could imagine. That's what's about to happen to you, chosen one. The sudden stillness you've been feeling isn't stagnation, it's sacred. Heaven is repositioning you. The pressure you feel in your finances, emotions, or relationships is a spiritual contraction. The promise is about to be birthed. God's timing is precise. He's removing what's unstable so that your next step will be unshakable. You may feel unqualified. You may think, Lord, I don't have enough. I don't know enough. I'm not ready. But God specializes in using those who feel unprepared. Remember, Noah built the ark before the rain. Moses was called at 80. David was anointed long before he wore the crown. The same God who qualified them is qualifying you now. Anointed one, don't underestimate what He's building inside you. The faith that kept you through the wilderness is the same faith that will carry you into the promised land. Every test has been training. Every loss has been refining. You're stronger than you realize, and heaven knows it. That's why the warfare increased, because your promotion is close. If you've felt the resistance growing, don't be discouraged. The enemy doesn't fight what isn't valuable. He attacks what carries power. But remember this: the weight of your warfare always reveals the measure of your destiny. The pressure you're under is proof that heaven's hand is upon you. So lift your head, chosen one. You're not buried, you're being planted. The roots are going deeper so the fruit can reach higher. This isn't the end of your story. It's the moment heaven begins to unfold it. God is not asking for perfection. He's asking for permission to move, to rearrange, to elevate. Say yes, even if your voice shakes, because your obedience today is the bridge to your miracle tomorrow. Chosen one. The shaking isn't meant to break you, it's meant to shape you. And what's forming through this process will carry the glory of the next chapter of your life. Chosen one. When heaven begins to move you, it doesn't just change your surroundings, it transforms your spirit. The Lord isn't only preparing a place for you, He's preparing you for the place. Every test, every closed door, every long night has been shaping your discernment and strengthening your faith. You're not just being moved into a new environment, you're being entrusted with a new level of authority. Anointed one, this next season will not resemble the last one. The energy around your life is shifting because your calling is deepening. What once entertained you now unsettles you. What once satisfied you now feels shallow. That's not loss, that's spiritual maturity. God is separating you from the noise so you can hear His whisper clearly. The solitude you've been feeling isn't abandonment, it's alignment. Even Jesus withdrew before every great miracle. He stepped away from the crowd so that He could step closer to the Father. And that's what's happening to you. Heaven has you in a sacred hiding place, not to isolate you, but to anoint you. The cutting away of distractions is proof that you're being prepared for greater influence. The silence is not a void, it's a womb. Something divine is forming. I know the ache of that silence. There was a time when I felt like heaven had gone quiet, prayers, unanswered plans, uncertain promises delayed. But later I realized it wasn't that God stopped speaking. It was that He was rearranging. He was shifting people, timing, and resources behind the scenes. And when the moment came, everything aligned at once, effortlessly, supernaturally, beautifully. Chosen one, that's what's about to happen for you. The people who will walk into your next season will be different. They will see you clearly, love you sincerely, and protect your purpose faithfully. God is surrounding you with covenant relationships, not those who compete with your calling, but those who complement it. This time your circle will be sacred, but be alert. Whenever God prepares something authentic, the enemy releases a counterfeit. Not every open door is divine, and not every yes is a blessing. Some opportunities will glitter, but they're designed to drain you. That's why discernment is your greatest defense in this next chapter. Don't rush to accept, pause, pray, and let peace confirm what's real. Anointed one delays are not denials, they're divine protection. God is guarding what He's growing in you. He's ensuring that no distraction, deception, or wrong alliance derails what He's establishing. The right opportunities will carry peace. The wrong ones will disturb it. Trust that inner signal, it's heaven's warning system. Chosen one, this is your season of divine alignment. God is matching you with people, places, and purposes that reflect His design for your life. You won't have to chase anything. What belongs to you will recognize you. The doors that are meant to open will open easily, and the ones that don't were never yours to begin with. So don't panic when you feel alone. Heaven often clears the room before the unveiling. You are not being forgotten, you're being framed for revelation. The next time you feel isolated, remind yourself even the seed must go underground before it blooms. Your isolation is not your ending, it's your incubation. Chosen one, the waiting is almost over. The pressure you've been feeling is the final stretch before breakthrough. Every delay, every tear, every disappointment, it's all been leading you here. You've been asking, Lord, when will it happen? But heaven is whispering, it's already unfolding. What you thought was still being prepared has actually been in motion for quite some time. You are not behind schedule, you're right on time for divine manifestation. Anointed. One, this move isn't just physical. It's spiritual, emotional, and financial. Heaven is shifting the coordinates of your life so that everything connected to your destiny can finally align. The resources you need, the people who will help you, the doors that must open, they've already been set in motion. The miracle won't meet you where you were. It's waiting where you're going. You've carried the weight of many battles, wondering why the warfare felt so personal. But the truth is, the enemy saw what was coming before you did. He recognized the glory about to rest on your life and tried to shake your faith before the release. That's why the past few months have felt like spiritual warfare, intense, unpredictable, and draining. But hear this, the fight was never about where you are, it was always about where you're headed. Chosen one, your promotion is close. You're stepping into a season of visibility and favor. What was hidden will soon be revealed, and what was delayed will suddenly accelerate. God is bringing divine recompense, restoring what was lost, multiplying what was sown, and redeeming the time that felt wasted. The weeping you did in secret has watered the soil for your public harvest. The pain was never in vain. I've seen it happen in my own life. There was a time when everything seemed still, no movement, no confirmation, no sign of progress. I almost gave up. But then, out of nowhere, everything shifted in a single week. Calls came, opportunities opened, and favor flowed from places I hadn't even prayed for. That's how heaven moves, slowly then suddenly. One day you'll wake up and the thing you've been waiting for will be waiting for you. So prepare, chosen one. Clean out the old space mentally, spiritually, and physically. Finish what's unfinished. Bring order to your atmosphere. Expectation is the language of faith. When you act like it's already on the way, heaven accelerates what's been delayed. This is your moment to align with what God has already prepared. Anointed one, don't shrink back now. You've passed the test, endured the pruning, and stayed faithful through the silence. The shift is not coming someday, it's happening now. Step boldly into this new season. Speak over your future. My steps are ordered. My path is clear. My provision is on the way. The same God who parted seas and raised the dead is the God who's about to move you into overflow. You're not just stepping into a new place, you're stepping into purpose. The atmosphere of your life is changing. The wind of heaven is behind you. Chosen one, the old is gone. The new has begun. Walk forward, your destiny is already waiting at the door. Chosen one, as this message draws to its close, take a deep breath and feel heaven's nearness. You are not waiting for your breakthrough, you are standing in it. The supernatural transfer has already begun. The shift in your spirit, the stirring in your atmosphere, the confirmation in your heart, these are not coincidences. This is your Kairos moment, your divinely appointed time. Anointed one, heaven has aligned you with purpose. The doors that once resisted you will now recognize you. The provision, the peace, and the people ordained for your next season are already moving toward you. You are not being moved by chance, but by divine command. As you step forward, may your faith remain unshaken, your discernment sharp, and your heart open to receive all that God has prepared. The waiting has not been wasted, it has been sacred preparation. From this day walk as one who carries the promise, because you do. If this word has resonated with your spirit type, I receive it, Lord, in the comments below as your public declaration of agreement. Let heaven witness your readiness. Stay prayerful, stay aligned, stay expectant. For what's coming next in your life is not ordinary, it's supernatural. Until we meet again, remember this, chosen one. You are not being moved by the wind of circumstance, but by the hand of destiny. Walk boldly, your new season has already begun.